Welcome and Dumnoila Chu to today's Sabassembler, everyone. As you know, today we have a very special video. Today is my first live unboxing video. And also, as you know, we have the XM Studios Harley Quinn Samurai Edition from XM Studios, of course. And I got this here, and it's not a huge box, but it's relatively small, but it's got some weight to it. And just to make clear, as I said, this is my first live unboxing video, and I have honestly no experience with the live unboxing up to now. And if anything goes, I hope nothing goes wrong, but if it does, everyone, please don't be too cross with me. Okay, so I just want to say, yeah, thanks, Rome up. Thanks, everything's fine, and everything I hope will go right. And I'll try to do my best to make this an awesome live unboxing experience as possible. I have already prepared everything, so hoping nothing will go wrong. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty nervous, and since this is my first time, but I'll do my best. Okay, as I said, we have the box right here, and it's, I mean, one person can carry it. It's not too heavy, but it's not small either. It's actually bigger, I believe, than, for example, Cyclops from XM Studios. And I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this for a while, and finally I have it here. And okay, let's get started. Well, the first part, as usual, is to open up the box, and we have it here, and see what's inside. And now everything's as usual with all XM boxes. Whoa. Let's just. And I believe this is like one of the few XM, like from the Batman Samurai series pieces recently, and I think the next one would be Robin. I think Robin's has started to be shipped, and I've definitely already ordered that one, and I can't wait to get that one soon. And as usual, as we open it, we have this envelope from XM Studios, and inside, also as usual, we have this beautiful art print from XM Studios of Harley Quinn in her nice kind of geisha kind of style suit with her hammer in the back, sitting on the kind of motor scooter, and looks, I mean, just the same thing of the statue, and looks good. And here we have the packaging guide, and on the back the QR codes for the video assembly. Honestly, I've been watching the assembly guide like already several times, so I know it off by heart by now. But I still hope that XM Studios one day will bring back their handbooks for the assembly, because I still think that's important extra, and it's definitely something they should be. I think they should consider bringing back. I think it's a really important thing. Okay. Unbox this. Let's take out the shipping box. I mean, the box on top. We have. Let's just move the camera. Here we have this kind of purple kind of color. I don't know if it comes out on the camera. You have this, just like with all the other Batman Samurai statues, we have this kind of wooden or H kind of look design, and the Harley Quinn has, I don't know why it's purple, maybe it's kind of to connect it with Joker, but Harley Quinn I think could have been maybe red or kind of mixed with red black, but I don't know. It's I'm a little bit surprised about the color of this man. Let's just take this one out. As usual, I'll be taking out all those pieces first. I have the shipping box, and I'll put that aside. Right here, we have nice XMs, sturdy packaging. You have the nice solid hard boxes from XM Studios. Let's just put this aside too. We have, as usual, the Velcro straps from XM Studios. Okay, put this aside too. And I believe this statue comes with 2 layers, and there are a lot of single parts. I'll just move the camera so you can have a look at how it looks like. One moment. I hope you can see it. The design. I mean, on the side we have a short description of the samurai Harley Quinn, and with a nice, beautiful picture. And on the other side, you just have all the people involved in this boxes kind of listed up. And okay, and let's start with taking these pieces out. Okay, we have first on top we have this base. It's not too big, it's too small. I mean, it's not like medium size, I would say. And on the bottom we have all the codes, and we have number 467 from 500 pieces. Well, the edition size is 500, and you have this kind of nice cobblestone scenario base, and just put that aside. Nice. Hi RDA, welcome to the show. Just in time, of course. Better later than never, no problem. Thanks for the hat. This is my favorite hat, actually. This was a present from my aunt once, and since then I just love it. And next we have a lot of these kind of, or let's start with the less kind of fragile pieces. Here we have one portrait. You have this kind of samurai kind of style portrait of Harley Quinn, and just put that aside. Next piece is this kind of baseball bat, and that goes aside. Next we have the second portrait, more the kind of geisha style kind of look portrait, and looks beautiful up to now. Can't complain about the portraits. Next we have the third portrait. This is the portrait I use in the art print from XM. next piece is this street lamp or lantern, and also put that aside. There are some light up functions to this statue, and up to now I've already prepared. I hope I have the right batteries for that. Usually XM has these LR44 batteries. I hope it's the same with this statue. And next is this bamboo tree piece. That goes aside here. Here we have a lot of these small kind of leaf pieces. We have 5 of those. This is the first one is a bit larger than the other ones. And this one seems like really fragile, honestly. I think they're a little bit malleable, but still, you wouldn't want to drop these for sure. I don't think there is any color coding on these. This is the next one of the smaller kind of leaves. This one's a little bit shorter than the first one I showed you. You can see the difference here. Like, hope you can see that. There's only one of the larger one, and here we have another one. I believe we have 4 of these ones. They are the same, I believe, from the size and the shape. And we have a third one here. And last but not least, number 4. Okay, this was the first layer. And let's start with the next one. Okay. Whoa. This layer has a lot of larger and a lot of smaller pieces too. Let's see what's inside them. Start with the smaller pieces. And here we have this kind of small basket with the hyenas, Bud and Blue, and kind of the soft kind of toy Joker and Batman on the side here, if you can see him. And we'll just put that aside too. Next is this kind of back piece of the scooter, I believe. It's got the kind of Asian style kind of design demon, or I think it's supposed to be the Joker kind of piece. That's how it looks like to me, or like a demon Joker kind of look. And let's put that aside. And next is another second bamboo tree piece for the base. And next, what do we have here? Here we have the exhaust piece of the motor scooter. Here we have her left arm, the left arm from Harley Quinn. There's a lot of detail on this piece, I'll be honest with you. Even though it's a small piece, but the XM has put in a lot of work in the details on this piece. I might probably be making an extra kind of review video about this on this statue to make you, or to give you some more detail or specific detail pictures of the statue. And next we have the handles for the motor scooter. We have here number 1 and next we have here number 2. And here we have the kind of headpiece of the Harley Quinn's hammer, and a lot of images. You have like kind of a picture of that kind of back piece I showed you before of this kind of demon Joker image on the hammer, and you have this kind of maze with kind of, here we have some mixed media for change for XM Studios, and let's just put that aside. Do we have here next, and here next we have this, the handle for Harley Quinn's hammer, and this is a kind of very solid, it's got some weight to it, very solid piece here. And what else do we have here? Unfortunately, I believe I did not get a XM back this time. That's really a shame. And next we have the main body of Harley Quinn. Right here. This is actually quite a big piece with a lot of detail. Trying to give you some kind of close-up images of that, and wow, there's kind of, when you touch different parts of this statue, you kind of feel it's kind of made up of different kinds of materials. Like, for example, even her dress, on some parts it feels like very solid. It's like as if it's one part of the body of the whole statue, and here on the bottom part, for example, it feels like a different material again. It's like very thin and very fragile. Seems very fragile. And when you touch our boots, it's a totally different. You have this glossy material, and it feels totally different again. It's not bad. It's just like something I'm realizing. Okay, and that statue came with a lot of packaging. Like that on the Harley Quinn. And I believe here we have the last piece of this box, which is the motor scooter. This is a really huge piece. We have the motor scooter here in this pink color. Beautiful, pink, beautiful piece here. And I'm just struggling to find a place where to put this. I'll just put it right here for now. Okay, I've managed to unbox all the individual parts. And I'll just put this box aside so we can continue with the assembly of Harley Quinn. Okay. Ooh, it's actually quite warm here. I don't even know, like, maybe I should be taking off the hat. I don't know. That might be helpful. It's getting quite warm and just going up and down all the time. So, to make some space, to find a place to sit on, I'll put the base of the statue right here next to me, and find place to put all these other pieces aside. Okay, I believe up to now everything worked out pretty well. As you can see, right next to me, I have the base of Harley Quinn, and that I just think I might just need a drink. I mean, here in Germany at the moment, it's actually almost 20 past 12. I don't know, most of my supporters, they're from America, maybe there. Now it's like 6 p.m. maybe at the Eastern time. And yeah, I mean, I've already been working all day, and now I'm just taking some time to make this video. And as I said, this is a new experience for me, and I'm trying my best. So I think I'll just take off the hat for a moment, and maybe I'm already starting to sweat. Ooh, holy shit, man. Just put this aside. Okay, and as I said, I've taken out all the individual pieces, and yeah, 6:19 p.m. That's, yeah, thanks, Rome. And okay, so we have this kind of medium size base. It's just flat. We just have this cobblestone, a kind of ancient cobblestone ground scenery, and looks pretty good. It has a solid feel to it. And some places here, it does feel as if it's kind of hollow inside. That's just kind of the feel I get when I touch it. It's not totally solid, I think, but it still looks very good. I think this is one exception where I think XM did a great job when trying to make stone look like stone. I think this is always something XM sometimes struggles with and doesn't get it just as right, and like as other companies like Prime One, for example. And let's put this one aside. And I believe the first part of this statue would be the motor scooter. And inside the motor scooter, you have a lot of these kind of protection pieces, and you might want to remove those before putting them in. Okay, and on the back wheel, we have kind of the medium-sized key, and on the front we have a pin, and on the front we have a key. Let's just fit that in. Seems like it's going in with no issues. Beautiful. That went in, and it's already starting to look like a great statue. I mean, here we have this kind of Vespa style motor scooter, and looking good up to now. And I believe maybe we might have missed out on one piece. Oh yeah. We do have like one more piece I forgot to take out. That's which was on the first layer. Because I remember this was actually one of the first pieces you have to add to this statue, which is the kind of the stand for the statue, which goes here right in the front with a magnet and fits in with no issues. Went in really fast. Next would be this baseball bat, which goes in on the backside, I believe, of the, and goes in with two magnets, and they just fit in beautifully there. And beautiful up to now too. Can't complain. Next, I believe, would be this headpiece of the Joker, and it looks really nice. I like the paint job on this piece, even though it's like nothing special or something that's not gonna catch your eye, but they did a really good job making it look like real metal. It doesn't feel like metal, honestly. It feels more like kind of almost like plastic kind of thing, but it does look like metal when you see it. You have this kind of aging or this kind of rusting kind of look on the front, and it's a beautiful image though, and that goes in with a huge magnet right in the back, and just sticks in beautifully. And okay, so next would be, I believe, I think these oh yeah, this kind of basket of, you have, I think, the two hyenas but blue holding Batman in their mouth, and you have a kind of small Joker toy in the middle, and that fits in also with a magnet right here in the middle of the scooter, and it just or maybe we should wait with this. I just have to want to check out if I do have the right light up feature for this statue, because I did say this statue has two light up features. First, the headlights for the from the scooter, And next, the other headlight, the other light up feature would be the street lamp. And for that, we need, I believe they are these LR44 batteries I've already prepared. And for the front headlight, we need, let's see how many there are. I think there are 3. And we have 2 inside up to now, and I think we need 1 more to fit in. And we have 3, and it already goes on immediately. Oh, you can see it. Actually, in fact, even the front 2 go on. It's not just the one in the middle here. And let's just close the batteries, and they do go on and off. You do have a switch here in the front. And beautiful. It's a really nice color tone. Looks very realistic. It does have this kind of aging. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but as if this. It does look as if this motor scooter has been used for a while. It's not just totally clean. You have this kind of weathered kind of look on of the glass here. It's not real glass. It is plastic, kind of clear resin kind of material, and looks really nice. And now I believe we should come with the next part, which is this basket, and that goes in, as I said, here in the front. And it just stays in there, I believe, with the magnet. It is a little bit wobbly, I'll be honest. And up to now, everything seems to be looking pretty nice. And the next part are these hand grips for the scooter, and you have like kind of 2 parts of it. One of it is this kind of soft kind of malleable material, and the first part, not quite sure like to tell like which one goes on which side, but I think this one belongs to the right side, and we'll see if I'm wrong or right. And the very small pin goes in here on the inside, I believe. Let's just try to figure that one out. And it goes in. Once you have the pin in, you kind of have to move this soft. There's an extra hole for where you can fit the soft material kind of peg inside. I mean, that's, I believe, supposed to be the part for the brakes. And you just have to repeat this step again for the right handle. And this looks good. And again, fit in now I'll do this kind of spring. It's like a spring, like I think spring is the right word. And fit that one in right there, and looks good up to now. Can't complain. Okay, so next I believe is the bamboo. These bamboo trees. We have 2 of those. One is smaller than the other. The smaller one, I believe, you have like 2 different size magnet keys, and obviously you just have to figure out which one goes in where, and the smaller one obviously will go to the smaller one, and they do fit in. They have a certain shape and where they will fit in. And here we have the bigger one goes more in the front, and they fit in with no issues. That looks pretty great. Looks good. Really happy with this up to now. And next, I believe, are the leaves. These leaves from the bamboo tree. Here we have the large. I think we start with the larger leaf, and that one has obviously a larger key, and that goes in right at the bottom of the larger bamboo tree, and you just have to fit that in, and it goes in. Wow, that went really easy and beautiful. Next are these smaller tree pieces, and those go in easily too. They fit in. They go in pretty deep actually, and looks beautiful. You have two here in the front of the larger bamboo tree, and there's one here on the back of the smaller tree. I believe the one leaf will go inside there. And let's just see if, or start with the other side. I think another one goes in the front. I don't know, the shape somehow has an issue. The one, and we have another one that goes here in the front. That went in. And here we have the two bamboo trees with their leaves. All those went in. And oh yeah, next we have this exhaust piece of the scooter, and that goes in with a key or a small peg. I'm not sure. I hope you can see it. And that just, yeah, you'll have to kind of, I think it has some kind of shape it should go in with, and you have to see the head, and I think there's a kind of this dent kind of shaped into it, and that should go outwards, and just fit that in from behind. Let's just, and it went in with the key beautifully right there. And I think one of these leaves actually just fell out, and they don't have a magnet or so. They just kind of just sit inside there, and I'm not quite sure if that's so good, but it's not like they're gonna fall out immediately unless you play around with them or touch them too much. And up to now, everything's looking good. Next, I believe, would be Harley Quinn herself. And here we have her. One of the moments we've been waiting for, and she goes in with a huge head key right here in the front. And sitting or leaning on the scooter seat, she goes in with no issues, looking good, beautiful. Maybe I can move the camera up a bit so you can see it better. Let's see. So, let me know if this looks better or if you prefer the other one. Maybe this position is better for you to see. Okay. And we have Harley Quinn here, and the next part would be her left arm, and that goes in with a magnet just right there. And next should be the grip for her hammer, and that just goes in through her right hand, and you just have to push that around over her shoulder, and I believe it goes under her left arm like this, and just push it in as far as possible. And then when it's totally through, you have to put in the head of the hammer, and not quite sure if there's no real, what is it, up or down. I think there's no kind of key, or we'll see. And there's just a peg, and seems like this goes in looking good, and doesn't seem like it's going to be falling out either, and looks pretty nice up to now, I think. And next would be the lantern. And before you put in the lantern, you do have to add the batteries. I believe here again we have these LR44 batteries, but this time I think only 2 go in the lantern. Luckily I bought enough of these batteries. Let's just see how this goes, and it goes on immediately. There's a switch on this one, goes on off, and looks beautiful. Again, we have this ancient or even a kind of Asian style lantern inside with a base piece of kind of stuck into a rock piece, and we have this nice look of stone. I mean, not stone, wood. And I really like the paint job and the look of this wood. It might even be real wood. I mean, it's got a really nice feel to it. And that one just fits into just behind the bamboo piece with a magnet, and it fits in right there, looking really beautiful. And we're coming close to the end of the assembly, and wow, I really love these light up functions on this statue. So next we have three head sculpts, which would give us the option. Maybe let's start with my maybe least favorite one, which is kind of this masked or with this kind of ancient Asian samurai helmet kind of look. And that one goes in with a magnet just right here on the top. And here we have the first look of Harley Quinn, and maybe I'll just move the camera a little closer, or the statue a little closer, so you can get a better look. I hope you can like see her better. And it looks beautiful, I think. I'll give you like a 360. And she looks really nice. I'm very happy with this statue up to now. And as I say, like, I believe the only switch out on this statue are the 3 different head sculpts. And let's try out the next head sculpt. That would be this kind of Asian kind of look of Harley Quinn with the kind of some makeup, and the pieces of hair on the statue, like some of the edges of these pieces, they do feel very kind of fragile, and you don't want to touch those too much for sure. And trust me, if this falls down, this might actually break, pretty sure. And just be careful, I just want to say that. And here we have the next option for Harley Quinn. And I really like this one. I'm actually considering to use this option and give you a look on this version. I mean, from the back, nothing has changed. It's just the portrait. And this looks beautiful. I really like the expression on her face on this one. I mean, she has this look as if like, yeah, you can try it out, and yeah, or maybe he's not that too bad guy. He looks pretty cute, but we'll see. And we have this nice look, and let's try out the next and the last portrait. This is the one they use, I believe, for the art print, the kind of more like a unmasked traditional Harley Quinn look. I believe that's the way I would describe it. And looking good. And here she is. This looks really beautiful, actually. Slowly I'm starting to understand why XM used this portrait for the art print, but I'm still not sure which one I'll be displaying this statue with, because I think all of these look really beautiful. And wow, whoa, we've finally unboxed Harley Quinn, and just trying to look at all the details and maybe trying to give you a short review on this statue, trying to look at all the details. Up to now, I can say like there's hardly any or pretty close to no seam lines on the statue. Um, I can't also complain that there were issues that parts didn't fit in or so, and everything worked out really well. And see what these pieces went in. As I said before, I really love the headlights on this scooter. They look really good. That's what I can say for sure. Just one moment. I just have to prepare, just kind of prepare something. I'll be back to you in a moment. And we'll see. Yeah, thanks, Rome. And yeah, she does look sensational. She looks really great, and I'm really happy I finally have her. And she's actually bigger than she might look like on the pictures. This is not like, you can't say this is a small statue. She's actually much bigger than she looks like on pictures, and she is going to be taking up some space. She's not tall, but we can just make the measurements and I'll tell you exactly how big she is. In height, she is a with this head sculpt, she's pretty much almost exactly 44 centimeters tall. And in width, I believe the width is always from the widest point of the lantern all the way to the back of the kind of the scooter. And that's from here to that's 52 to 53 centimeters wide. And in depth, the depth I believe is going to be the from part of these leaves all the way to the back of the base. And let's just, maybe we can go to the bottom of the scooter, and we have the depth of this statue is going to be 30, maybe something like 36 centimeters. And I mean, it's not a huge statue. It's not really huge statue, but she's like a medium-sized statue, and but it looks really great. I love the design of the scooter. You have this, the XM has managed to keep this kind of traditional Vespa motor scooter shape, but add this extras that give you references to Batman and the Joker. Here on the front, we have this Joker smile that's painted on, and in the middle here we have this design, this black and red caro design that goes into the middle, and we have these bull horns in the front, looking good. And on the back, you have this Harley Quinn loves Mr. J, and again you have these typical Harley Quinn designs. And in the front, You have kind of these bombs, you know, these TNT and these other small hand grenades under her legs. And they still kind of kept these references to her hyenas in the form of these soft toys, and even the Batman in the middle, and looks pretty good. I'm really happy about the statue. And they still, and I think the best part is kind of her suit. I really love the design of the suit, and I mean her dress. They kept this kind of traditional kind of Asian geisha style with in the short form, and but at the same time you have this traditional Harley Quinn design of this black and red colors with the kind of Carol design, and that's for me the how Harley Quinn's supposed to look like. I'm not a big fan of this kind of new modern designs of Harley Quinn with these blue colors on blue and red kind of colors on it, and I'm more a fan of this traditional look of Harley Quinn. And at the same time, also they kept the kind of with in the form of the hairstyle. They kept these what's it? I mean, her usual kind of head costume look, and especially with this, also with this traditional, like samurai traditional portrait. When I saw pictures of this piece first, actually, I was thinking it looks a little bit like a firefighter helmet. That's honestly what I thought it looked like first. It's later on when I saw other pictures that I realized it's this traditional samurai warrior helmet, because you see that more when you look at the back of it. You have these parts that have this neck protections, and it looks pretty good actually. There's a lot of detail on the statue, and on the middle of her body you have these kind of Joker pins kind of stuck onto her corsage and or her belt, and looking good. And there's a lot of detail on that. You have this Joker look, and I think there's a little bit kind of mixed media going on in the middle of her belt. And something I just want to say, like, to everyone who has the statue, you're really going to want to be careful with these edges, like of her hair, because they are a little bit malleable, but these are things that are possibly going to break really easily if they fall down, or if they are going to be moved too much by anyone, or when you're trying to take them out of the box, maybe even. Let's talking about the paint job on the statue. The paint job is phenomenal on the statue. When you look at her face, like even the eyes on the statue, I mean, the eyes look phenomenal. You have all these different hair colors. Like if you look at the iris of her eyes, you have so much going on that it's not just two circles of different colors. You have different shapes and going on, just like you see on a real eye. And XM's done great job with that. And also the red small capillaries inside of veins you have in her eyes, and in her mouth, the teeth, the gloss, the inside of her mouth, and you have the gum looking out, looking good, really good on this portrait. I love the way they made the teeth look, and really nice paint job, and I'm very happy with that. And let's look more on this portrait here. We have like you have the same kind of paint job going on this portrait, and the mouth is similar. You have a different kind of lipstick going on this statue, and XM's done a great job here. And because all of these portraits have some kind of necklace or kind of going on, and that kind of really helps to hide all the seam lines, and XM's done a phenomenal job there. And all the parts are sculpted, they're not like mixed media, and you have all the single kind of stitches that you would have on a normal kind of leather kind of belt around the neck, and you can, all the single stitches were sculpted in. Great job. And on the right side of her face, you have again this typical Harley Quinn design, looking good, and I really like that. And let's look at the other head. And here, this is the more kind of traditional Asian look, I would say, the geisha look. And this one has a pretty much the same kind of neck belt, which is here only has a black color. It's just kind of the opposite to the previous one, as you can see, and looks pretty good too. And here you have this white kind of was a makeup around the whole face, with a closed mouth, and here she's just kind of as if she's kind of daydreaming. That's the kind of look she has here. But I love the way they did the nose here. The nose looks really nice. You can almost like kind of look inside the nose, and XM's done a great job here. And the eyebrows, great job, XM. And the eyes, even the hair, like the hair's done really well. Like there's so much detail going on there. And she kind of, I like what they did here. They kind of used these dynamite pieces like to keep the shape of her hair that's just like kind of going through. And you have like, there two of those, one on the top here and another one kind of going through the middle. And it's an interesting idea from XM, in a way, kind of keeping the basic traditional Asian kind of look with this crazy kind of psycho idea look. Where you have all these dynamites, and here we have again mixed media. The string is actually mixed media on this dynamite, and looks beautiful. I'm very happy with this piece. And yeah, and just like here, I mean, we've already talked about this one, but I really like the helmet here. Like here you have this traditional kind of where I was talking about before, the traditional Harley Quinn head kind of look. You have the black and the red side. You have this costume and looking good. And there's so much detail going on in the back of the helmet. Looks really nice. And up to now, there isn't really anything I can complain about. I mean, seam lines on the statue might be down here at where the bamboo trees kind of go into the base. That's maybe one seam line per se, or also maybe where you fit in the lantern, but you're not really going to see it because it doesn't look like a seam line. It just looks as if where one stone was kind of fit into, or one cobblestone just kind of was placed next to another one. It doesn't look like a seam line, honestly. The only seam line are maybe these trees. And so far, I can't complain about anything else. You have on her legs, you have all these different, stockings, black and red, going up all the way to I mean, to her thighs, and that's only on one leg. I've actually just realized that, honestly, that one leg looks totally different than the other ones, and you have all these pins stuck onto the stockings, and there's a lot of detail going on here, and even these stockings, there's a lot of texture going on these ones. The texture of the stockings was really sculpted into the statue and looks really good. It does look like a real stocking, actually, looking really good. And these knee protections, these have some kind of glossy feel going on. And maybe if I were to complain about these, it might only be that it seems like they're totally new. There's no kind of aging going on. When you look closely, you can see some scratches, but because there's this kind of gloss on it, it doesn't look like these things have been used for a long time. Because it's glossy, it looks just like as if they're new and they have these scratches sculpted in. That's like that's the feel I get. It's just the glossy finish that doesn't make them look old. And here you have the same thing on the red knee protection, and on the right leg you just have these kind of soft material going around her leg. It's not a real stocking. And also with even more pin designs, you have a heart, maybe a cat, I think, and on her shoes you have these glossy finish sneaker boots, and on the right boot you have something written Asia in Chinese, or is it Japanese? I'm not sure, but what it says. And you have that kind of continues on with the left boot. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it says Harley Quinn or so. Not sure, but maybe someone can leave a comment on that if they know. And on the front of her left boot, you have these pins, like real metal pins. These are real solid things. Honestly, these were real, you could really injure someone with these. But they definitely look good, and you have this kind of red finish on top, as if looks almost like blood, as if she actually hit someone with these or just injured Batman with this, and who knows. But definitely looks really good, and I definitely love the finish of her dress, like the shaping, the sculpting of this. It's as if it's like dangling down, and looks really good. Almost, if you look from distance, this looks almost like mixed media. I mean, it just looks very realistic. Thumbs up on that to XM. Okay, no problems, Rome. I wish you a nice day. Thanks for participating. And on the inside, underneath, you have her kind of bra, and there's no kind of color kind of spillovers on the edges. Everything looks, it's supposed to be there where it should be. Looks really good, and I think the skin tone looks really nice. Up to now, well, that's all I can say. I'm very happy with this statue. Looks phenomenal. The perfect samurai Harley Quinn, and again, XM's. As I said, I'm a big fan of XM's Batman Samurai line, and up to now, I'm very happy with all. They've done a phenomenal job in kind of fusing this samurai and at the same time this traditional look of all these Batman villains, and they've managed to do that again with this character. And if anyone's also collecting these statues or is planning to collect these Batman Samurai Lion statues, I can only say you're definitely not going to be disappointed. They all look great. And if anyone already has Harley Quinn on pre-order, I can say you're definitely not going to be disappointed. You're going to be really excited to get it, and once you get it, you're definitely going to be really happy and want to unbox it as soon as possible. And even, I actually already had the statue almost a week ago, and it was just standing there just to make this live unboxing video for you. I just kept it aside, and every time I walked past this box, the box was looking at me and saying like, open me, but I had to resist and just to make this video, and I managed. So I'm here, and finally we have Harley Quinn, and I'll just have to find a place for her to go. Maybe I'll put her next to her. As you can see, I have maybe behind here, maybe next to her, or maybe next to the Joker. I have displayed somewhere else in my collection. I'll just see where there's more space or how they're gonna fit together. I'll just see. And okay, so I hope you loved the video as much as I did. I'm very happy. I hope nothing went wrong. Everything went the way it was supposed to, and all I can say is thanks for everyone who participated and everyone watched. And if you're new to this channel, again, please don't forget to hit the like button, and definitely don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be having more statues coming soon, and can't wait to unbox those either. And okay, so God bless you, God bless your statues, and have a nice day. البين